welcome to Aussie Bushfire Story. This is my YouTube channel on developing this property that we've acquired, 5 acres, and follow me through the journey. Yeah, just from start till sort of finish, I suppose, and beyond. There's literally nothing here. There's just bush, trees, and all that sort of stuff. Part of the planning permit is that we have to clear these trees, and we actually have to create a driveway that's legally 3 meters wide. It has to be rated at 15 tons, so we have to put a heap of bluestone in here, and yeah, it kind of starts off and it weaves around a little bit and then keeps going. So let's just keep going. The driveway comes down through here. This bit here is basically the corner of the house where the garage is, and you can see there's quite a few sort of big trees to clear down. There was a few sort of these, lots of these sort of skinny kind of ones. There's also a really big one just through there, that line of the neighbour's property, which is probably about, I reckon, about 60 meters away. So this peg here is going to be the 40 meter mark. It's going to be 40 meters off the rear boundary or the side boundary as well, whichever way you look at it. So this part of the house, this is the garage here. It's going to be about 16 meters deep, and then it basically goes that way. I don't know if you can sort of see it down in the distance there, really hard to see, but that's actually going to be the other side of the house. What I did is I marked all 4 corners with a peg and this pink, what do you call it, flagging tape stuff, this stuff, because I had to get a soil test. I've also got to get a land capability assessment done as well, which is for the septic system, but I'll do that once we settle on the block, because we haven't quite taken possession of it yet. Drill down and they just check the quality of the soil and the density and all that sort of stuff. So as you can see there, they've literally done a hole just here, and then there's one at each post. They say that, I said, oh, hopefully I haven't put them in the wrong spot, and they said, look, as long as the soil test is done within 20 meters of the building, that's all they need to know. All the ground out here is pretty much going to be sort of fairly similar in terms of, oh, there's another soil test just there. It's all going to be pretty much the same, but they just sort of drill down with their machine, and they would have had to use a portable machine out here. So the building footprint is about 40 meters long, roughly, through the front from over here, back over to here, and then the garage is sort of on the end. And the way that we're facing here, that I'm pointing, is north. You can just make out the girls there cutting branches and stuff on the ground. We've actually got permission to just cut up some of the loose branches and start clearing the land a little bit on where the driveway is going to be. So they're just having a bit of fun with the little cordless chainsaw. So the footprint is pretty big because the house is sort of long, and then the garage up the other end, and it's actually going to be all kind of north facing across here, facing that way, the north, and then you'll have a big kind of gable roof across the top, and then you'll have an eave at the front. And the idea is that in summer the eave will sort of stop the heat coming sort of in those front windows onto the floor, but then in winter and everything, it'll capture all that sun through those north windows. So there's quite a few windows across that front side. Our bedroom's over here, and it'll have some north windows. It'll actually have a corner window as well. So it'll be sort of a big window. Actually, I think it's a sliding door. Yeah, I think we're putting a sliding door in the front corner, and then a window back this way. So you'll kind of get that 180 degree view sort of out to the bush out that way, and that'll be cleared. So we have to clear, to reach just to go through a little bit of the technical stuff, we have to clear it for the bell assessment. So for those that don't understand the bell assessment's like the vegetation and where the house placement's going and all that kind of stuff. So what Dad and I have done is we've designed it and set it up so I only have to clear about 20 meters or so of trees, it might be a little bit more than that, around the house, to be able to make sure that there's nothing too close to the house, so we meet all the bell assessment rating, but also the bushfire regulations. It all gets approved through, as part of the planning permit, it gets approved through the CFA as well. So yeah, so part of that is that I have to clear it back. So these hurdles here, I'll just go from these pegs, I'll go back 20 meters. So if we go, I'm just going to flip the camera back over. If you have a look over here, it's not too bad. It's fairly clear through here. There's, as you can see, it's not too bad through here. It's not overly dense, but there are still a few of these trees that are, you know, probably what, 10, maybe 20 meters height, the tallest, some of these smaller ones, and then you get some of these whoppers like this big one here. As you can see through here, it's not too bad, fairly clear through here, just the odd tree here and there, and they'll all just be dragged, at this stage will be dragged out the road up the back here, and then I can sort of cut them up at a later date. So it's going to be quite a job with clearing all this. A little bit daunting. Not had to do anything like this before, but we want to have a bit of a change, a bit of a tree change, I guess you'd say. And yeah, we just kind of want to get away from the busyness of town and be a little bit more independent out here, I suppose. We'll have power. There's power up the front in a pit, so we can run that down about 70 meters to the house, 60 meters to the house, and we'll have septic and rainwater and all that sort of stuff. So there's a lot of guidelines, a lot of regulations we have to adhere to, but yeah, we're up for the challenge.